I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, I'ma go and get some money. If I die today, if I die today.
Cold flows for a cold mind, see a new world, but I'm so blind. Kick rocks when your time's up, better start digging like a coal mine. Cold heart, seen cold times, it's a bold move, but the sunshine raise up when you...
Good morning, VeChain family. It's Satoshi Boomin coming at you with another video. Guys, we're talking about VeChain today. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell. It's going to be a great weekend. I got my hot tea and honey locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's get this show started. Guys, we're talking about VeChain, but before we get into the VeChain news, it would be irresponsible of me not to talk about Evergrande situation in China, just due to VeChain having heavy ties in China. And can this affect VeChain? Short term, maybe, with the liquidity crunch going on in China right now, especially in the housing market. Their housing market has literally been booming for the past decade or so. Housing prices are through the roof, and one of the largest borrowers, or one of the largest companies in the housing sector, is at risk of defaulting on their loan payments, and if they default, that could cause cascading decline in the housing market. Now, I think that the government is going to step in and bail them out to prevent a collapse in China's economy, because I think if they did default, they have over $1 trillion in assets and in debt. So if they did default, I think that would deal a major blow to China's well-being, and obviously that would affect VeChain in some way. I don't know what way that would be, but maybe limiting business opportunities, maybe slowing down some of the projects that we've got going on, such as VTrust, no foods, amongst other things. So this is something we don't need to be worried about, but something we need to keep in the back of our head. And not only that, something that we need to be cautious about and be real careful in our own countries. Wherever you're at, debt is literally exploding. America is probably at $29 trillion worth of debt right now. Houses are becoming more and more unaffordable as days go on. People are becoming priced out of homes each and every second of each and every day. So it's something we need to take a look at, something we need to keep in the back of our head, and something we could prepare for in the future. Now, short term, I don't think this is going to affect VeChain. Long term, I think it will have a small effect on VeChain, just depending on what the Communist Party decides to do. Comment down below, let me know what you think. There's a short video here. I'd like to play it, and then we'll move on to more specific VeChain news.
Worried investors have already been protesting. They want to be repaid money owed by ailing Chinese property giant Evergrande. But the firm is edging closer to the brink, according to Bloomberg reports on Wednesday. It says banks have been told that Evergrande won't make loan interest payments due in the coming days. That raises the spectre of a messy meltdown. Evergrande has $305 billion in liabilities, owed to many different banks and lenders. Some think Beijing will have to intervene as a result. The situation with developers is being watched, says a Statistics Bureau spokesperson. Ratings agencies are also keeping a close eye. Fitch said in a note that any collapse could cause difficulties for some small banks, though it said the sector as a whole would be able to ride it out. The agency and some analysts bet that Beijing will at least step in to make sure any homes under construction do get finished. For now, the Bloomberg report says Evergrande is in talks to extend payments or roll over some loans. But the firm's vast liabilities leave many wondering what a messy ending might mean for China's financial system.
Obviously, guys, I don't need to tell you that if China goes through a recession, they are a pretty major economic power in the world that could cause other difficulties. So keep an eye on it, guys. I think it's interesting to keep an eye on. And Michael Saylor here, Bitcoin God, he posts, as investors lose confidence in cash and credit instruments like these, $305 billion in bonds nearing default, they're going to look for other alternatives. The best alternative to bond is Bitcoin. Digital property without counterparty risk of securities offers global appeal. And I would expand that into other digital assets as well, such as Cardano, such as VeChain, of course, and other digital assets. So again, something to take a look at, guys, something to keep in the back of your mind. And we're moving on. Got some good news here. Looks like Deloitte's global blockchain CTO is joining VeChain. This is awesome. So they're joining VeChain as an interim steering committee member. This further boosts the credibility of VeChainThor as the leading enterprise-grade smart contract public blockchain system. Let's go. This is awesome. Welcome, Mr. Antonio Senatore, to the VeChain community. To achieve the mission and vision, the VeChain Foundation has established a steering committee composed of professionals, industry leaders, and credible individuals across industries and academia that functions as the leaders and representatives of all stakeholders on the VeChainThor blockchain. For personal reasons, steering committee member Daniel Clement has resigned before his term formally ends. During his resignation remarks on August 22nd, Mr. Clement exposed his gratitude for contributing as a steering committee member and serving his time on the VeChain ecosystem. So we thank him and we welcome Mr. Antonio. He's got good credentials, CTO of Deloitte Global Blockchain and head of Deloitte EMA Blockchain Lab. So this gentleman here knows blockchain. He works with extremely smart people, and Deloitte is a great company, one of VeChain's partners as well. So this is pretty awesome, guys. Shout out to him, and I hope he makes good decisions and good choices that will lead VeChain to a successful future. Welcome to the team, brother. And we're moving on. Got some VPunks news, guys. Week 3 of the VeChain Discord event, guys. Go ahead, go to the Discord. I need to create a new Discord. I will create a new Discord, and I will say hi to you guys. My old Discord is just a mess, and I just need to create a new one. But anyway, guys, go ahead, join. They'll be giving away 5 VPunks and 5,000 VPU. This giveaway alone is worth around 75,000 VeChain at the absolute floor, and lots more to go, guys. So $75,000 in prizes worth of VeChain is up for grabs. Go ahead and join the Discord. Don't forget, join it. They got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of good information, announcements, and you can say hi to me down there. So join it up. And lastly, guys, this is a good article. Supply chain disruptions are not a new threat, and they are not going away. Yes, indeed, they are not going away. Globally, 19 continues to jam supply chains, and it's getting worse, guys. As a result, producers can't keep up with the demand, and prices are pushing higher. Such inflation is not new, and climate disasters could be the big one. We talk about on this channel a lot about climate change and how it can affect the world as we know it, how 19 has affected supply chains. Guys, a lot of people died that worked on the farms of our favorite foods. You know, there was a shortage of, Swisher sweets for our good blunts. A lot of those people who, harvested those things in those countries, especially in the poorer countries, they died. So of course we're going to have shortages. And the fact is that blockchain now more than ever truly is revolutionary. Blockchain can help with this stuff. They can help take the human element out of supply chains. Okay, with cold chain technology, tracking, tracing, making sure that being able to track every step of the production. that is what people are going to want to see, and that will make supply chains extremely, extremely more efficient. With the disruption of supply chains, you know, a lot of things have risen in price with inflation going crazy, and, you know, me not being able to find an RTX. It's hard out here for a pimp, guys. So this is why we need supply chain. We need digital assets, VeChain, tracking, tracing. So yeah. Actually, let's take a look at this here. Moving on up here, we are seeing pricing pressures from supply chains ease, such as with used cars. These prices skyrocketed earlier as new car production came to a screeching halt without computer chips and other inputs. At the same time, the demand for cars surged. I remember the time, it was a couple months back, maybe about 4 months back, I think, the Suez Canal blockage that caused price increases as well. 19 has created large swings in inflation, which are unlikely to persist beyond the pandemic. Now, these inflation pressures aren't going to exist beyond the pandemic. However, the inflation pressures from loose monetary policy and money printer go burr, will definitely keep going. So inflation is going to get worse before it gets better. And we're moving on, guys. 918 days. I know this says 919 days, but doing this video early. 918 days to the next Bitcoin block halving, guys. That time's ticking away. Taking a look at the VeChain price as of now, as of the time of making this video, we're down. Could the ever excuse me, my throat decided to quit on me. Could the Evergrande news have had an effect on VeChain's price? Why, you know, it's been dropping a little bit? Maybe that could be a thing. Again, it's something we need to keep an eye on, guys. Hopefully the government steps in and bails them out. I mean, I'm not one normally for calling for bailouts, but the more and more you know about economics and the type of economic systems we have, bailouts are unfortunately a little bit necessary. So if they get bailed out, get restructured, China's economy can hopefully get past this, and you know, maybe VeChain might turn around. Who knows? I'm not saying it is affecting it, but that's something we need to take a look at. So taking a look at the markets as a whole here. Economy is pumping, not too much. Everything else is pretty much down right now. Sushi swap is dumping. Hopefully Solana goes a little bit lower. I really do want to buy some, but you know, it is just way too expensive. Down about 18% over the past week. Man, hopefully it can correct a little bit more, and then well, a lot of it more before I buy in, but give me about a 70% correction from all-time highs, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a good old bag of Solana. Alright guys, well, VeChain is doing alright. It's just moving kind of sideways. I'm keeping the faith, guys. I'm using these dips as a buying opportunity, and I would hope you are doing the same. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop blabbering now. I love you. Don't let your memes be dreams. I'll talk to you soon with the Cardano updates. Have a good day.